early entry? No way. This is the first order of business right here. Shout out to your nightmare family. We're back for day 2 at Cedar Point's HalloWeekends. Check out part 1 to see our reactions to Top Thrill 2 and the haunts Midnight and the haunting at Erie Estate. Today our goals are simple: ride Siren's Curse, the park's newest roller coaster, and walk through Cornstalkers 2.0, which seems inspired by a lot of rural haunts out in the cornfields. And our objectives include checking out the coaster's ride experience, as well as the immersive theming of both attractions, to find out how both offer us an escape from our daily routines, and anything else will be an added bonus. Of course, subscribe and tap the notification bell to see all our videos in the Halloween Humanity 2025 series. Let's go check it out.
So we are about to get on Siren's Curse. This is Cedar Point's new gen Vekoma tilt coaster, and also their newest addition to the park. And this is a pretty big moment for you, Michael. And why is that?
Yeah, it's my 150th roller coaster credit. So this is going to be exciting. The coaster looks really awesome. I've never ridden a tilt coaster before. There are not many of these in the world. I mean, Gravity Max in Taiwan was the first one. This is the second one to open. I know there's one in Saudi Arabia that's about to open. There's another one in Coda Land down in Texas, which is going to open soon. But this is a big moment here. The elements look awesome. I saw the inversions on this thing. I saw the tilt track and stood under it, and it looked amazing. Last night I got on Top Thrill 2. That was going to be my 149th credit. This one 150th. I'm very excited to get on this thing. It looks awesome. Can't wait to do it. Let's go check it out.
Come on, let's go.
Wow. What an awesome ride that was. Siren's Curse. Happy to say that that was my 150th roller coaster credit. Something I think I didn't mention earlier was that I got my 50th roller coaster credit in this park as well. And 100 coasters later, here I am getting my 150th. So my 50th was right over there. If you can see that blue coaster. A little over a year ago, I got my 50th on Millennium Force, the park's Giga coaster that was built back in the year 2000. This is the newest coaster in the park, and wow, the elements on that thing, the tilt track, the soundtrack on the ride contributing to the whole ride experience. Fantastic ride. Lots of twisting and turning, lots of sideways airtime, lots of airtime in all kinds of different directions, great inversions on that roller coaster. Yeah.
Oh, it was so super smooth. I loved every minute of it. The views in this park, any ride that you go on, are just fantastic. You have that 7-second moment where you're on the tilt track and you're at 90 degrees, so you have a nice minute to kind of like look at the panoramic view of the park. I just felt so supported in my seat, and it was so beautiful. Yeah.
Yeah, really great coaster. It runs smoothly, has great elements, great soundtrack. Come out here to Cedar Point and ride it. So it looks like these are the Halloween items here, HalloWeekends items. S'mores hand pies, caramel apple fudge, pumpkin pie fudge.
Buy two, get one.
If you've got a sweet tooth.
Beat it. Don't make me get out. It wouldn't be pretty. Shoo. Shoo. Oh, I don't want to clean up the mess anymore.
Beware ye
I
guests.
hate sniveling. They always snivel.
Beware ye guests, the ogre's at rest, but for only 2 minutes, or perhaps even less. Then awake he shall be, and might come after thee. For after each slumber, quite hungry is he.
I love you, little people. I really think you're neat. I'll have you home for dinner, 'cause you're really good to eat. Ha 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 ha.
Warning, nightmares ahead. So we did not make our way over here last night. We're probably going to come here tonight to see what's going on in this area. And Cornstalkers 2.0 just ahead. It says Revenge of the Pumpkinheads. So it's going to be an iteration on the other Cornstalkers. We're going to come back here tonight and check that out too. That should be fun. Is this like an experiment in tone here? What's going on here?
I have no idea.
So we are going to eat at this barbecue place across from Cedar Creek Mine ride, and no Halloween themed items here, but it looks like good food. We've eaten here before and it was delicious. Biscuits, barbecue, fries, macaroni and cheese, just comfort food.
So we just got a meal at the Farmhouse Kitchen and Grill. We opted for the all-day dining plan. You can purchase it online through Cedar Point's website. However, you can also go into, this is one location of many locations, where you can go on in, you pick your entree. They usually include a side and some type of bread. And you can eat every 90 minutes for $34.99. With tax, that's around $36. If you went for the option where you eat meal by meal, like the entrees are $19.99. It's right around $20. So it's a really good value, because if you eat twice, you're definitely going to get your money's worth. And if you're here all day, you'll definitely be eating more than twice, if not 3 times. This is what the wristband looks like. Like I said, you can get it right up when you get your entree. Yeah, so check out the Farmhouse Kitchen and Grill, and On Cedar Point's maps, there's a section just for dining. You can look at all the restaurants on there based on your location and where you are at the park.
Do you want to know how busy it is here on HalloWeekends? This is how busy it is. The Fast Pass line is an hour long for Steel Vengeance. The general queue has a 120-minute wait, so that's 2 hours. So if you wanted to buy a Steel Vengeance model, it's nearly life-sized, $1,600. Used to be nearly $4,000. No one wanted to buy it. I think that looks pretty cool. Okay, this is what The Conjuring looks like at Cedar Point. We're not going to do The Conjuring, so you can check out our thoughts on that on our Kings Island video. We did it there. And tickets for this sell out very, very quickly, so be sure to book your ticket in advance. The location of this is between Magnum and the Cedar Creek Mine ride. You can see, or not Magnum, but rather Maverick. Yeah, Maverick is right over there. The Cedar Creek Mine ride is right over there behind me. It's kind of sandwiched between the two. And you can see Skyhawk over there as well. So it's in that location. So we're gonna ride Gemini now. We just took a ride on Gemini after the ride opened spontaneously. They were testing one train. We didn't get a race on that one. The blue side was not operating, but we're happy we got this one. What we've not talked about is that we've spent some time riding the classics today and yesterday as well. We haven't just ridden Top Thrill 2 and the exciting new Siren's Curse. We've spent some time riding older rides as well. We got a ride on Iron Dragon yesterday and Gemini today. And why is Gemini significant to you?
Oh, I've been riding this coaster since I was probably 6 or 7 years old. We used to come to Cedar Point when I was a child at least once a year. So I have a lot of memories of being here with my family, my sister, and being on the dueling part of this train where, you know, if you come with several family members, you can have some folks ride on red and some on blue. So yeah, it's really near and dear to my heart, this ride.
Yeah, so it's an old Aero classic, right? In fact, one of the first bigger roller coasters that roller coasters that I ever rode was Thunderation at Silver City. So this one kind of brings back memories and is a bit nostalgic for me to ride as well. The last time I rode it was last year. That was the first time I rode it, but it's always great to get back on an old aero coaster. It always brings back those moments when you were riding those coasters as a kid, right?
And it's so sweet, though, getting those little pops of airtime. I was thinking about little me riding this, and I used to love to ride in the red train, in which we got to ride in the red train, and we were just getting all those little pops of airtime. It was just a really sweet experience today. Yeah, and that airtime is underrated. There are actually some good bumps of airtime on that ride, right? Oh, absolutely. Especially for a younger or a newer rider, I think that this coaster would be a really good place to start if you're new to the roller coaster arena. I'd recommend this one if you wanted to have like a scaffolded approach to coasters.
Yeah, absolutely. This is a good one for that. I think right after that first turn, so you got the drop. The drop is probably the most thrilling part of it, but then you've got a turnaround, and then after that turnaround, there's a couple of airtime hills, and that first one really, really hits pretty hard for a family coaster.
And yet again, I can't mention it enough at this park, just gorgeous views of the water. Anywhere that you go in the park, whatever coaster you're on, you're going to get a slightly different view of the Cedar Point skyline. It was really gorgeous.
Yeah, good times, great rides, riding the classics. We can never get enough of it. So at the Grand Pavilion behind Planet Snoopy, they have some HalloWeekends specialty items, ectoplasm wings, and sweet and sinful nachos.
Go ahead and spin one, spin all, the wheel of misfortune.
I think these have given their last rides, don't you think?
Well, looks like he lost that shootout.
We are going to be walking in Cornstalkers pretty soon. It's not open yet. It's about 6:51 p.m. This haunt doesn't open right away. Haunt starts at 6 p.m. It's 6:51 now, so I'm assuming it's going to start at 7 o'clock. We're going to stand in line over there and then check it out later. This is the description. It says, keep your ears open and shuck your nerves away, because there's more than just corn in this field. And we determined that we both had the same question. And what question is that?
What is this all about? It doesn't seem to be a backstory here, so what is the backstory? I know this is Cornstalkers 2.0, and this is also the Revenge of the Pumpkinheads, so that gives us a little more information.
We're gonna go check it out.
We are just coming out of Cornstalkers 2.0 Revenge of the Pumpkinheads, and man, there were a lot of pumpkinheads in there. These pumpkinheads, they were hiding in between these stalks of corn. They were at least 8 to 10 feet tall. There were very narrow pathways that we had to walk in. There was mist. There were red lights. There was a lot of moments where I feel like my senses were sort of stripped. I was hanging on to dear life to Michael.
There were a lot of like tight spaces, right? There was, as soon as you walk in, you've got corn stalks on your left and right, and you're just walking through them, and you can feel them the whole way through. Sorry, Maverick's a little loud behind me, but you can feel those corn stalks all the way through on your left and right, kind of brushing against you as you walk through these narrow pathways, right?
And of course, when they were brushing up against you, then you could hear the sound of the corn husk touching your body, and then it created this, this friction and this sound, and it was almost as though you're like, oh, is that me brushing up against the corn husks, or is there a pumpkin head that's peering at me from inside the corn husks?
Yeah, exactly. And your visibility was affected in there too. There was a lot of fog going on. It's dark. They didn't start the haunt until like 8:30. From what I gathered, the backstory is a little difficult to piece together. There are two hypotheses that I have about what we just walked through. One is the field has come alive, right? And then you've got all this evil happening in a field of dead corn, right? The other hypothesis that I have is that there is a conflict going on between the corn stalkers, this team in the corn, because there were scare actors telling us, join the corn. And then there were pumpkin heads in the form of animatronics at the end that were enormous and would tower over you, and they looked different. They didn't look like the scare actors, right?
Yeah, one of the scare actors actually, when they peered out at me, they said, "What? You don't like corn?" So I feel like your second guess to me, based on what I was feeling as I was walking through and some of the comments they were making to us, I feel like that might have been it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That could be it. If you know, tell us in the comments. Let us know your thoughts. This is our first time going to it, so we didn't go to Cornstalkers 1.0. There's one of the actors right back there. But if you know the backstory, let us know. After 2 days at Cedar Point's HalloWeekends, we are now on our way home. We hope you enjoyed part 1 as we shared our reactions to riding the world's tallest operating roller coaster, Top Thrill 2. The speed and elements on that ride made us feel like we were getting thrown off the wing of a jet. Amazing ride. Midnight was also a well-produced attraction that alluded to several films and horror stories as the eccentric scare actors delivered this bizarre and eerie tone contained within the pages of the Book of the Dark. Furthermore, we ended our first day at the Haunting of Erie Estate, an attraction with incredible set design that created a landscape of scares as we were tasked with investigating the activities of the ghostly tenants therein. And the theming of Siren's Curse certainly continued this tone, as we heard on board that we should prepare to meet our doom, followed by several pops of airtime, including a triple down into a fog-filled trench and 2 low-to-the-ground rolls, a great 150th credit. And after some great food, we got a few rides on the classics, including Gemini, a coaster that Ellie has enjoyed riding for decades. We ended our time by walking through Cornstalkers 2.0, and checking out a few more scare zones, and as we were reflecting on our walk through the former, we discussed the scare actors that seemed to deliver a backstory involving some kind of conflict between characters. This was a great rural-style haunt that began with an uncanny tone, as the scare actors in the cornstalks whispered to us to join the corn, before we encountered additional scare actors and Pumpkinhead animatronics that increased the tension and fright as we made our way to the end. We couldn't have had a better few days at Cedar Point's HalloWeekends, and we look forward to returning when we can continue investigating the attractions that we did not get the opportunity to see. I understand why this event is so popular, as guests can ride several world-class rides while enjoying the immersive and haunted vibes that this event affords. Get out to Cedar Point for their amazing roller coasters, haunts, food, and just great vibes during the last few days of this park's HalloWeekends. If you enjoyed this video, tap the like button and share it with your friends and family. Subscribe and tap the notifications bell to see all our videos in this series, including a few surprise episodes that we'll be releasing in November. And as always, be good, take care of yourself, and have fun at the parks.